So let's start with adding a word that might quite possibly come up early in a course that you were taking. Kiiro, the word for yellow. So I type in kiiro and hit OK. And it turns out that that is actually one of the available words in the original box. So rather than having to add it, we can simply say, yes, that's the word I was looking for, and that will now be added to the words that you're practicing. And at that point, you can go back to practice, or you can add another. Okay, we're experimenting with the various ways to add words to the vocabulary, so let's add another. Again, we have the box where we enter things, and so we can enter a word, and let's enter the word for air or atmosphere. Kuki. Okay. And that word is not in the original box. It's unknown to the program. So at that point, one can either say, oh, well, I will give up on that word and give you a different word, or give up on the adding process entirely and go back to practicing, or say, well, I know about this word. I can give you the information you need to add it. So I will supply. So I choose the I will supply option and click OK. Now at this point, I have to supply the kanji for this word. And in order to supply kanji, I have to be familiar with what is called Unicode. Unicode is a system that assigns a number to any Chinese or Japanese character. It actually assigns a number to pretty much any symbol in any writing system on the planet. But in particular, it indexes all of the Japanese characters. And so we need to know the Japanese character, the Unicode numbers for the Japanese characters ku and ki. There are any number of ways to look up that. One of them is certainly to go to the Unicode project's home webpage, or a number of other resources that are in the manual that you can download from the Serious Language Student website, or you can simply use your favorite browser. So let's do that. Let's just go to a browser and ask what are the Unicode numbers? What are the Unicode numbers for the two characters of kuki, meaning air in Japanese? And my browser comes up with the answer that the characters have Unicode numbers 7A7A and 6C17. So I'm going to make a note of those and go back to the program. So I will minimize my browser window. I'm back in my program, and the first of those characters had the Unicode number 7A7A. And there it is. The program understands that Unicode number, and it gives me the character. The second character had the number 6C17. And again, the program recognized that character and provided that character. So I can stop adding Unicode numbers because those are the only two characters I need. And the hiragana is already there. And I can give it the English, and I'm going to just provide two English translations. There's more that are possible always, but those two. And I also have to supply some grammar information. I check here if the word is a noun, I check here if it's a verb, and I check here if it's something else. Well, kuki is a noun, so I'll check here. And in that case, I have to ask, can it be used as an adjective with na? And as you may know, at this point in your Japanese, that's true of many nouns, but not true of kuki. And also, can it be used as a verb with suru without using o? Now, if those grammar questions are unfamiliar to you, you will learn about them as you learn more Japanese. But in any case, neither one of them applies to kuki, so I can just say that's a noun, but they don't apply, and say OK.